Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast, Season 2, Episode 29. Before we get started, let's hear from our title sponsor, Velpen Trucking and Disposal.
Our title sponsor is Velpen Trucking and Disposal. It's that time of year, folks. Time to spring clean. You can take the time and have the hassle of bagging everything up, throwing it in your vehicle, and dumping it in the dumpster. Or you can call our friends at Velpen Disposal and get a roll-off dumpster in any size that you need. They have dumpsters in all sizes. Big spring cleaning projects need big dumpsters. Velpen will drop the dumpster off. You call when you are done, and they will haul it away. Hassle-free, and you can do it on your own time. Don't be silly and think you have all the time. Call Velpen today.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchmen. Yeah, yeah. The Wondering Dutchmen. Yeah, yeah.
Here we go!
There we are.
Back
Back after.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 29. Sitting here in beautiful Smoker's Lounge, sitting across from me, sporting the trash St. Louis Cardinals, our buddy with the slick back hairdo and the mustache, Big Mace.
Yo.
Sitting there in the middle with his rose-colored glasses
You found him.
and blue bandana,
We'll talk about
our buddy, David Allen Smoker. Sitting to my left, you might see on the cameras looking up right there, is our buddy and proud purveyor of what we call three big things. Brado's three big things is our buddy and survivor of the Carmel Marathon,
He ran the roundabouts.
Mr. Brad Ohanian.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
There we go.
There it is.
I am your unofficial host with the most, Casey,
Esquire.
with my sweet sunglasses on.
He said it
Ray
again.
Charles looking.
Hey, before we get into this, let's hear from our buddy, Matt Krieg.
This segment is brought to you by our buddy, Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance. Matt is all about finding you the right coverage for you, your family, your business, and your budget. Matt scours all companies, local and national, to find you the best fit for your needs and budget. Give Matt a call today and see what he can do for you. We only recommend the best, and Matt is the best.
All righty, big thank you to our buddy, Matt Krieg.
Oh, yeah. OG, baby.
We usually start with our wonders and jump in with the special guest here in the room. Do you have a wonder ready to get us started?
Oh, my God. He
man.
brought notes.
I did.
Oh,
Well,
my gosh. Here
I
we
listened
go.
to Casey on the radio, and he talked about how prepared he was, so I wanted to be prepared.
Look at him go. Look, he's got a whole paper full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to just off the cuff this thing. So
Hey, if
I
your
like it.
if your child was in Brado's history class today, they didn't learn a damn thing. You must have
Nothing.
borrowed some videos called "The Voyage of the
The Mimi. That's what I was going to say. Did you watch that?
What?
The Voyage of the Mimi with Ben Affleck. Did you ever
no,
seen that?
no.
Oh, my God. Was that 7th grade science?
Something like that, yeah.
Our
Mr.
buddy,
Duncan.
hey, Coach Dunk is a
Shout
fan
out,
of the show.
Shout out GW,
yeah,
man.
Gary Wayne, he's a good dude.
How many Monday mornings do we spend watching that show?
God, Mr. Duncan, are you all right?
Yeah.
you'll learn someday.
Yeah, I'm
You'll
fine.
learn. So great education. We all turned out well.
Look at us all go.
Brado, you get to lead us off as the guest, and guest will have to wait until Friday to hear the more in-depth conversation. But just a brief introduction. Big fan of the show. You're a Raider. You're everything we love about this community. Volunteer your time.
I can't
your
take you
family.
seriously with those sunglasses.
I was wondering what was going on. With
Yeah,
that.
I don't.
Well, I don't have any rose-colored ones,
Yeah.
so I'm wearing them.
Okay.
Do you not want me to?
I mean, you do you, brother.
yeah, I don't give a damn what you think.
That's
That's what
fine.
the question. That's what the answer is for you.
Okay.
Oh,
So, Brado, what do you got for us?
Well, first of all, thanks. I'm trying real hard not to like be the buddy that's trying to fit in. Like I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
You be you, man.
Yeah. Hey.
trying not to geek out too much. You guys know how big a fan I am. And when I got the text that, hey, you want to come on? I told my wife, and she's like, just take a deep breath. It's going to be all right. And then she said, don't say anything. It's going to get you fired. I said, but it's not live. So
we're good.
Yeah,
we should be all right.
Dave's got a good,
decent editor, but this is my first time drinking on the show in a while. So
real good beeper.
So
last week, Dave.
I told myself if I ever got on here, I was going to go one or two different directions. So I wrote down 2 possible wonders. I didn't know I was going to be leading this off. I was going to kind of see the way it went.
We can read the room, but
that's all right. No, we can go ahead.
Coming in hot.
I'll just go with my top one. How do you handle when someone challenges what would be your passion? Quote unquote, them fighting words.
Oh,
So
boy.
this
I
comes
was
back to Dave's stance on coaching and sports.
well, and
I was just thinking.
I haven't missed an episode. So when Mace talked about when you have to tell someone they're wrong,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So for instance, Casey,
yeah.
if whatever discussion, and they said, baseball ain't it. I don't know what parameters the discussion would be, or if they went to Old Smoke here and said, hey, that George Jones, he'd go.
Don't even say it.
Go get
Oh, gosh.
Well, so
Yeah. So
Oh, gosh. Look at Dave. Take a sip, Dave. That testosterone and whatever else he's on, we don't need Dave to fight somebody.
So do you just dismiss it as you don't know what you're talking about?
right.
Or do you go in a stance of saying, now let me tell you, let me correct you why you're wrong?
Right.
So how you handle it?
Just like I'll go back to what we talked about whenever I brought that up in the beginning is I think that being able to admit that you're factually wrong is a good quality to have. But like I think some of the examples that you're making would also be considered opinions. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I
Subjective.
take it.
Very subjective.
Right. Very subjective. Okay. So I don't know. That's a tough spot because for me, I know Casey and I are obviously all in on sports. David's not. You know what I mean? So
But
like
Dave's
whenever
sport fandom is growing.
with his kids and everything like that. But like
Yeah, I'm all in on my kids' sports.
yeah, but like when sometimes David's made the comment before, like I'm not going to a sporting event that my kids are not playing in. You know what I mean? Like there's just not a chance you're going to catch me there. Well, a lot of times I'm thinking, oh my God, dude, but it's such a cool atmosphere to go hang out in. And I guess for me, growing up that way, like that's just what we did. So being able to convince somebody that different that's a tough spot. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's going to happen.
But you would go about the way of trying to, if they said whatever passion we're talking about,
Yeah.
Cardinals are not where it's at.
Yeah, like I would say, well, I mean, whatever. I mean,
So you would more dismiss it.
I would, depending on the parameters of the statement that they made. Now, if they went and talked shit about my wife or talked shit about my kids, I'd probably knock their teeth out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, if we were just locker room talking and saying, hey,
Depends on how close they get to the tower.
yeah, because Casey and I, like, we have this, like, he's a Cubs fan, I'm a Cardinals fan. You know what I mean? Like, that's just something that we will always disagree on. But that's the way we were raised. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that was beat into us since we were a little kid. He's always neutral. You know what I mean? Like, the other night when we were watching NCAA basketball, there was nobody on TV that David would root for, but we still watched it because we're here hanging out. So like we can all agree on certain things, but when you really get into that, when you get into that front pocket, sometimes it's easy to you just need to back out. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess it just depends on what it is and where you're at.
I think first off, he would argue with Helen Keller, so that doesn't matter.
Who'd you point to?
Me.
Big Mace.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Yeah.
You don't.
See.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Well, because we know Helen Keller's a fraud
okay.
anyways.
Well, we got into here's one. Just the smokerism a few weeks or whatever episode ago that was.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, when David said you can't be arrogant and wise at the same time. You remember that one?
Yeah.
And Casey said, so you're telling me that you can't be smart
Okay.
and
yeah.
arrogant at the same time. And David said, I didn't say smart, I said wise. And the difference between smart and wise is stammering. And you didn't understand or didn't, like you wanted to argue amongst, a back and forth about and David said, well, you can either think
Let's
what's
go ahead and bring that up.
yeah, you can either think what's right or whatever you're thinking. You know what I mean?
But I don't think you can have wisdom without a bit of arrogance.
That's
100%
100%
off.
wrong.
I don't think so.
Because wisdom comes from it. You got to be completely self-aware of yourself. And if you're arrogant, you're putting yourself above at least one person or one thing, and you can't have the wisdom.
That's what I mean. Like we Googled the definition of arrogance and wisdom and smart, and they can't be one. Yeah, you can't. It just doesn't work at all.
I just disagree with the premise.
That's fine.
Because
And
I
that's
think
fine.
If you
See,
talk
they-
but if
You know what I mean? Like
you don't think that there's a bit of arrogance to the Dalai Lama to say that he's this wholly respected individual
No.
that there's not. See, and I think that's where you're full of shit. Because I think if you sat down and talked to him, you would find out, like, when he's pontificating about his wisdom, that you'd be like, he's a little bit of an arrogant mother.
and there again,
That's where I think you miss you. If you look at the words in black and white, you can make that argument that you can't have one or the other. But I think if you look at it in the practicality of things, that it's not an all-encompassing statement. And I don't think that it covers everything, because I think even if you have wisdom, there's a bit of arrogance there.
I think that it's all in the perception of how you're receiving what he's saying. So if you may perceive it as arrogance, but in all reality and factual normality, it's not arrogance. Does that make any sense?
But that's a subjective belief of your own.
Well, there again.
That's what it's all subjective of what you believe is arrogance and what you believe is wisdom.
Here we are.
It's way over my head.
You know what I mean? Hey,
I'm trying to follow.
You
but
opened a can of
I
worms
guess
here, brother.
so.
But hey, yeah. I mean, if you want to come in this door and try to like pick a fight or whatever, like verbally, you better bring your dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I say: like, people that you disagree with, a lot of time, like, I'll argue, like, just like what we had there. But like, if it's something out in public, like, I don't give it. Like, it's not worth. Like, it's legitimately not me worth spending the energy to have that conversation with somebody. And it just, I don't know whether it's
I guess where I was going is there one thing, minus family, we know family connections.
Yeah.
Is there a subject, them there fighting words that will get you? Like when I went at Smoke, I know George Jones, where someone could needle you, that is going to elicit maybe a good natured response, but hey, Smoke, that George Jones, he ain't worth it. And I like George Jones. I just keep going. You know what I mean? The possum,
every time you bring it up, Dave,
Look at it,
yeah.
just takes another
But-
sip.
So is there, because I have one. And if you think about it hard, you know the angle and why I brought this up, because I was looking for a reason to go there on the show, but I thought I've got to be clever about this.
Well, I know exactly where you're going now because it just clicked. And he's going to roast me on my JFK thing. I know that's where.
Darn right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because
I thought
I thought I was really drunk that show, and that's my fault because I was, or at least
you shouldn't have gone into the
yeah.
JFK
And you
waters
know,
on the
like one
Thanksgiving
of these days, Brado, you and we can fire these mics up, and we'll get Dave on board. And Casey's into history like that too, but that could be a show for another day, and we could get into the weeds. And I can get my Googler box ready to roll, and my fingers are
We
smoking.
only have
And
one beer. We can get into the weeds. Gosh, I saw a TikTok. Speaking of conspiracy.
oh, dude, about the Baron Trump.
Yes.
That is insane.
The time travel.
We'll
Did I
show you
send
that
to
at
you?
break. Yes.
Okay.
That's nutty. But no, I mean,
Do you have, is there a subject
Honestly, I don't know if there is.
where you feel like you have to correct? Okay, so let me turn this introspective to me, right?
Okay, yeah.
If somebody came up and just for whatever reason, out of the blue, said, hey, you're an idiot. Oswald, he did it. He acted alone. I'm not gonna be able to not say nothing.
There's never been
you're
an
like, why is this?
assassination attempt of a president that wasn't our own government. Can't be. It just
I don't
Yeah.
know. That's wild that it's not wild, but it is interesting that you
It's a quirk.
would pick
I get it.
that
I mean-
as a needle. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's
That's the thing.
I
As
couldn't
a
sit
student
there
of
quiet.
history,
Yeah.
as a student of history,
Yeah.
I honestly thought you were going to go with offensive play calling, but that's me.
No, I mean, there's nobody questioning
If someone
that.
came, okay, pick your weekend when someone says, "What the hell?
What the hell were you thinking?
That's that.
Everybody's an armchair
Exactly.
quarterback.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that wouldn't get I wouldn't have to elicit a response with that.
So I
Yeah.
you
think the thing,
understand what I'm asking? You guys?
100%.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Okay.
So I get questioned a lot. So when I worked in a coal mine for roughly 15 years. And 15 years is a long time to be stuck in a piece of equipment amongst 60 to 80 other dudes for 12 hours. Like, and we're all talking on CB radios. The infinite amount of useless knowledge that would pour through those radio waves amongst, for that 12-hour span is insane. So I like to think that a lot of times some of the dumbest shit that you would never think that is true, or like you wouldn't know that. I don't know if it's trivia. Like, I feel like I do pretty good at trivia. I feel like I think I know a whole, or not a, I think I know something a lot about a lot.
A little about a lot.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
It didn't help us at trivia night.
Yeah, I know. Well, because but like, there's a lot of
did he
times where
drink too
people
much
are.
again?
Well, no, I didn't drink
neither
a
one of us
bit
drank.
because my foot.
You
was
can't blame it on that.
killing
These
me.
guys were miserable to be
Yeah,
with.
we were definitely. That was like one of the only times I've ever been a wet blanket.
He talks about me being a wet blanket all the time. He
That
ruined
night
trivia.
sucked.
I'm
for me.
100% Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
You
I'm
are
not drinking.
You're
I'm
100%. That's
Yeah.
without a
200%.
without a joke.
Yeah.
No, but like somebody I'll say something and they're like, bullshit. What's your sources? Like that goes through me like nails. Like, and I'll say it. There's a lot of times that I'm wrong. But like when someone questions me, like, they're like, oh, no shit. You know what I mean? Like I just like you, then what is it? Like, well, okay, then if I'm wrong, then what is it? You know what I mean? Them are fighting words. You know what I mean? Like,
it's pontificating fake news.
yeah, well, that's 2 times from the Did you catch that? Pontificating. Man, we're getting into the legal jargon.
No, not at all. We're not on the clock.
I guess I really can't think anything that, opinion-wise, like I'll have a debate with anybody
Oh, yeah.
about whatever, but I
Something
feel like I
that
don't
would-
honestly get too like worked up though. Like a lot of the times now, I'm not saying I won't.
That's not true. The government telling you what you can and cannot do. Do you remember when we talked
Yeah.
about the blimps? Or
spy balloons.
the spy balloons when we talked about
Well,
not being
I was
able
going to say the government and everything, and
not
like,
being
I
able to
can't
be
launch
buried.
a rocket.
Yeah, or not being able to be buried on your own property,
Dave
like
does not
all
like
those things.
the rules and regulations
yeah,
that
I've got
are.
a real problem with authority.
Yes,
So if someone would say, "Hey, Dave, I think we're
You should just
buttoned
do
up
what the
and-
government
Yeah,
says."
you wouldn't be able.
No.
You would have to respond.
yes.
That's what I was getting.
Hey,
at.
man, I
Go
really
back
think-
to the
What are
Sons
your
of Liberty drinking whiskey, and then they dump the tea in because we sure as hell ain't going to throw the whiskey
the
away.
way the government's got us locked down, I really think that's great.
You know, I think,
David's like, what?
you know, that's why sports are so big, because they needed something to capture the masses to keep everybody into something.
there we
That's the
go.
only reason why it's so big in our
Hey,
country.
Yeah.
Bunch of hillbillies took up with swords and rifles and overthrew the queen, and now they're like, whoa, that worked for a second, but these crazy bastards, we better tax them to death, make them go to work every day,
I love it.
spread the
I love
sickness
it.
around with chemtrails so everybody's kids are dying. and
nice.
You did it.
Yeah,
You
I
hit
got
it.
it.
There it was.
There we
Nailed
go.
it. Yeah.
What about you, Casey?
I honestly cannot say that there's anything that I would.
Everybody's got one. That
No.
was my point.
Yes.
I don't know. Like
We
what
can
would you-
we can
what-
find it.
What do you
We can
think it
find
would
it.
be? Like what? Do you, because I've been trained to not elicit responses to things like that are personal attacks or.
It doesn't have to be personal.
Go
You
ahead,
have to-
Dave.
you
Go
have
ahead,
to-
Dave.
okay.
What do you think?
I don't want to tell you now because you're ready for it,
No,
but I might drop one in somewhere and we'll just see how it goes.
No, go ahead.
Well, no, you're prepared right now.
No,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Go ahead, Dave. Dave, please.
Well, go ahead.
No, Dave, please.
I want to drop it in while you're not prepared.
Yeah.
I think I know what he's thinking.
I don't care what it is.
Go ahead. Let him eat. Let her eat.
Was it like solar energy?
Oh no.
No, not that.
No, deeper.
Didn't you go off on that?
Oh
The one
yeah,
show?
you did.
Yeah.
Green.
Okay.
energy, yeah.
Green energy.
Renewable.
I'm not
resources.
completely wrong on that. I'll just say that.
But that wouldn't press your buttons. That ain't your fight.
no, because
Okay.
my stance on the show has been
I'm waiting. I can't wait.
that
Come on.
I have no problem with personal use solar panels. I think you can do it. I think it's a wise thing to do.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can take our grid that's aged the way it is
Yeah.
and do it. And then these people that argue about
Yeah.
the green energy situation don't realize how you come to accumulate.
Yeah.
Said materials is not the right word. Minerals, heavy metals that you need to make these things are just as bad as what you're doing with coal. What was it? I think it was China's CO2 output last year was more than all of the developed nations together or some shit like that. Like it was
I would have to question a little bit though of their population in such a tight, like China's not very big.
China's
land
population areas are not very big.
Yeah,
China's
so
a big chunk of ground.
yeah,
But they're
right.
the
But
concentration
where they're
of the
it's like
populace.
Is on the coast. Or
everybody
off-
lives in the same place. And it's like the back 40 over there is just to keep the
Wide open.
neighbors away.
Keep the neighbors away. Big fella, what you got?
Were we done with that?
Yeah.
You weren't going to slip one in? When
No.
Oh,
He's
you
gonna
weren't
wait.
ready.
So I'll just put a bow on it, right?
do it.
So
Yeah.
what are them there fighting words? That was kind of what I had written down. Which, by the way, we watched Harriet today in class. We're in our Civil War unit. It's a Netflix show. Harriet, Underground Railroad.
Oh, Harriet Tubman.
It's
Harriet
it's a
Tubman.
banger. It's pretty good.
No shit.
I got two. So if you bring up the JFK, I'm gonna have to respond. And I'm kind of trained to hold my tongue, being a classroom teacher. I can't say
course.
everything that comes to my mind.
Right.
Right. And then if you would trash the Southard Raiders, I'd have to. I mean, I wouldn't be able to. Those would be my two. Then they're fighting words.
Yeah, man.
And I would be very interested to find out Casey. So maybe off air we can get there.
Oh, we'll get to the bottom of it. That's for sure. David will slip one in here and there. Okay, so this one is a wild one, and I guarantee I'll slip it in you. I guarantee you that I would hope, before I say it, I'm going to make a bold statement and say that I would hope that we can all agree on this one. We were at work last week. I don't know what day it was, and we were talking at the break or lunch or something, and a guy that I work with is a good-looking dude, younger guy. Got his shit together, you know what I mean? Just a really good dude. And he was saying
Beatles?
No, he works at the park. He don't work with me no more.
Oh, Cesar.
No, well, he's a good.
Is your buddy Clemmy?
No,
Oh.
I'm not going to say his name.
But you're going to describe him to a T?
No. He said that he saw a TikTok that stated that 20% of people do not wash their legs in the shower.
Well, I believe that.
And he is indeed one of the 20%. So my question to you is,
We got enough people.
do you wash your legs in the shower? Like when you get in the shower and you're gonna, do the whole shower?
I do more now living here than I ever did before because the folks that built this house were an older couple.
Uh-huh.
So the walk-in shower has like the seat.
Shin blasters?
Well, no, just
So you
the
can put
seat.
your bitch shins up there?
So I
It
can
has a
prop
chair?
Yeah. Well, it's not a chair. It's just like a molded seat. That's where we
Yeah.
keep the shampoo
Oh
and stuff.
Yeah.
What happens on that seat?
Well, that's where I wash my leg.
Oh,
Dave puts his legs up there and washes
So I can put my flipper up there. But like, honestly, I tell you what,
Tell us, Dave.
life has changed a lot for me as I'm getting older. And I
Okay.
don't drink near as much as I used to.
Uh,
Because we got one hand on the wagon. I think that's what you said last
Yep,
week.
one hand on the wagon. I can still hop on there, but there was a time when I couldn't even tell you which way the wagon was. And so my showers were always before bed because, working in a machine shop, pretty
Yeah,
gross, and you
same
got to
with
get all that cleaned off before you get into bed.
same with me.
Well, you're so pickled by the end of the night in the hot water. I mean, you bend down to wash your legs in there, you're liable to fall over, knock yourself out, and drown.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a slow drain, because I think the national.
big
Now, here's
guy.
another
I
one of
could've
these
plugged
facts.
one of
Here's
them
another
sons of
one of
bitches.
these facts that you can drown in less than 6 inches
A
of water.
teaspoon.
all you got to do is just be able to cover your. I mean,
That's a wild deal. A teaspoon. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but
I don't know. That's what my mom said.
I mean, haven't you ever heard the expression, "I'll drown you in that puddle over there"?
Yeah.
Like, it don't take much water.
Never once heard that.
But I could
You've
not.
never heard that?
When this kid said this, like I call him a kid. He's only like 6 or 7 years younger than me.
Do you wash your legs?
100%? Yes. Why do you not wash your? How can you not wash?
The
your,
soap runs down. You start at the top.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever had. That's the second dumbest thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth. One
right behind the teeth brushing.
No, one being the one where you said you don't pee in the shower,
Yeah.
and number 2 about not washing your legs. Guys, your legs perspire just as much as your forearm. Why would you spend the time washing your forearm if you're not going to spend the time washing your leg? And then, for God's sakes, the kid said he doesn't really even wash his feet that much.
Oh boy.
Your feet are
Oh,
what
no,
carry
feet are
you.
gross.
Your
Feet are
feet,
gross.
like, okay, so there again, why would you skip your legs?
You're bent over to wash your legs.
Yeah, like you're already been over to wash your.
No.
I'm the laziest motherfucker in this room.
You
I
throw-
guarantee you that.
You don't got to bend over to wash your feet.
You do if you've had 7 knee surgeries.
You just
And you
throw
need-
a washcloth on the ground when you're done, and you rub your feet
my
together.
God.
Hey Dave, how'd you
we have hit an all new low here, boys.
That's
and
not
girls.
low.
Dave, how'd you break your hip? Well, I was washing my feet in the shower doing other little things and I slipped.
It
Big guy
just
over
blew
here is
my
bending
mind.
over drunk.
It blew my mind. It
Well,
absolutely
I think you're
blows my mind.
focused too much on the 20%. So 80% of us do.
Or
Right,
lie
right?
about it.
You're
Or
right.
lie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you think about it that way, I've never not considered washing my legs. So
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
I can't. I
Yeah,
mean,
see, you're just as dumbfounded as me. Like
Yes.
I cannot.
I
wrap
understand Dave's point that the soap is the gravity is
It's
going to
like kind of like an
that way.
automatic car wash. You know what I mean?
But
It's just
I would
getting sprayed off.
I would argue that I don't think, and I perspire more than anybody in this room.
You are a
Guaranteed
sweaty
you
I am
do
a
not.
bastard.
sweater.
I'm-
Yes.
I will
Well,
pit out
we'll
shirts
go
in the
there
winter.
maybe the second hour when we get into
Yeah.
the race and the marathon thing and what happened there.
No. This guy,
Yeah.
I've played football with this guy, and he is the
It's-
skinniest sweater dude I've ever met.
And
yeah.
I would argue that when I don't think my legs perspire near as much as my upper body. So
Well,
in terms of
Because that's where your
cleanliness,
core is
yeah,
at. You know what I mean?
so-
That's what its
yeah.
job is. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. Like he was saying, well, I mean, like sometimes, you know, like when we work or like, you know, so we cut a lot of concrete. Like after we pour all the sidewalks and we cut all the concrete and everything like that, you know, that dust, the concrete dust obviously goes through your pants. You know, because there's
Oh, yeah,
times
yeah,
where
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take, you know, I'll get ready to take my shower and pull my socks down and you can see the white line on my legs.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, well, what happens if that happens? He's like, well, I'll wash them then. But like, if we don't really do much or, you know, whatever during the day at work, you know, I'll just, you know, go in, wash my hair, wash my pits, wash my junk and my ass and rinse off and I'm done. And I'm like,
Wild.
it's a wild.
Is your
deal.
shower not a habit? Like you do everything about the same
100%
majority of the time?
routine every time?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like wrench it on the vehicle, like it changes everything up because now I'm covered in like grease and oil head to toe.
Right.
So then that's just not a typical shower at that point in time.
No, every shower.
But my
is the same
morning
shower
shower
for me.
is a lot different than my evening shower.
You are the same guy that said you took a 3-minute shower.
Yeah, it just goes quick.
This guy.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah,
See,
sorry.
I can't see your eyes.
This is
See, that's a wild deal. But no, I just, that's what I'm saying. Every shower is the same shower for me.
Yeah.
Same routine.
I think, yeah. I'm very routine oriented.
Yeah. Sometimes, well, now I will rephrase that. Like if I've washed my hair twice in the same shower. Like if I wash once.
Does this happen to anybody else? Because sometimes I think, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of the football injuries and the concussions and things like that.
Right.
Does this happen to anybody else where you shower and you think you're done and then you're like, did I wash my hair?
100%.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Because it's happened. Because I feel like it's happening more and more.
I wash.
And I'm
Okay.
like-
So I wash my hair and then I'll shave. But if I screw up and shave,
You shave in the shower.
yes.
You can shave without a mirror.
Yes.
See, I can't.
Well, because you're woolier than I. I mean, you can grow a gnarly beard. I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You could grunt and grow one.
Yeah.
I mean, I just
Really?
zip it all. I feel and then go. But I shave frequently enough that I can feel the stubble if I miss it.
All right.
And then if I miss something, I mean, I always look in the mirror when I get out, and then I'll just reach over and grab it and zip it off, and I'm done. But like if I shave first and then wash, so I'll screw up and shave first, and then I'll forget, like, did I wash my hair or not? Or damn it, am I done? No, I still haven't even washed my body yet. You know what I mean? So yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, see, I wash my hair first, and then my grandpa, when I was little, always told me. I remember working on the mower, and he's like, "Well, use shampoo for that. It's got more degreaser in it than regular soap because it's
Yes,
hair."
that's true.
So I wash my hair first with a lot of shampoo, and then I do like a pre-wash of everything,
Yeah, wash.
and then I go back
Little
and
pre-scrub.
then I hit everything
Pre-scrub
with
better than a wash to get the
the
curl off.
soap loofah.
Yeah, the loofah. I'm a loofah guy.
But now that I got long,
You're a
hair,
rag guy? Oh, of course.
Now,
You're
see,
old
I'm
school.
my
Yes.
loofah. I can put a soap inside of it.
Oh.
It's fancy.
Have you ever
Oh.
used the Duke Cannon tactical
Bingo.
soap bag?
Yep.
That son of a bitch would take freaking paint off it. Yeah, that'd probably take paint off the wall.
Big Duke can guy.
I like Duke too. I'm a big ass fan. What's it called? Big ass bar of soap or what is it?
Big ass brick of soap.
There is a
brick of
company
soap.
called Big Ass Fan.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
big
do.
fans.
I think that's what we have they think we have one.
Yeah,
in
the wrestling room.
Yeah, they
Do
make-
you ever forget to wash your hair and not remember if you washed
well,
your hair?
Brado, I'm bald. So I appreciate that. No, it is actually the thing that I forget most that you're talking about in that situation is deodorant. And
Oh my God!
I'll be driving to work and I'll be like,
Oh,
did I
no.
really? And I'll check.
Feel
I'm
for the
like,
grease?
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
You can't do the
Yucky.
snippet? Do you not wear? Do you wear scentless? Scents?
No, I
Scentless.
Well, I think it's
Thank you.
pine tar.
Okay. I don't
Pine.
need that.
Well, Dr. Squatch. there. No,
you
I
can't do it.
Dr. Squatch,
That's
that
how I
shit
know
ain't
the
worth a
deodorant.
damn. Oh no, Tom's from Maine. We don't like that.
We don't like Tom's from Maine
Yeah.
because it was.
Well,
like,
it's
bad.
Still
just-
on the aluminum free?
Yeah,
Good.
I like the Dr. Squatch.
How's the cup?
Oh, because of the lead
It's
in them.
aluminum.
Oh, I like it. It gives me just enough
Just-
of aluminum.
just enough for my fix.
But it was
Casey's turning into a real tree hugger.
yeah.
He's all in on electric cars and aluminum free
Yeah.
deodorant.
Wait till I grow my pubes out. It'll be great.
Oh my God, do you not?
Oh boy.
Oh,
What do you
good
mean?
grief.
I think the 15 minutes is up.
Brado's sweating in his seat right
Well,
now.
hey, it can't be as bad as Curdy G when you went on your
Playing grab ass or
no,
something. What
the
is that?
time change.
Oh yes, that was
Curdy
terrible.
G's face was like,
Oh
oh,
God, I'm gonna get
Dave will edit
canceled.
that. Dave will
I'm
edit
gonna
that.
get fired.
No, I'll
35
forget,
years down the shitter because
I'll-
I went onto these fat bastards podcasts.
I'll forget to shampoo every once in a while because I shampoo my beard.
Oh,
Do you condition your beard?
No,
use oil.
I don't. I think
Do you not?
the greasy feel like it's soft, super soft.
Yeah,
Like Janelle's always said, like your beard is so soft, and then people are like, "God, what do you put in
Tickle
there?"
your legs.
And I'm like, "Well, I just use shampoo. It's got conditioner in it."
I.
Oh,
Two for
the
one there.
two
So
for-
the dude that I'm talking about that don't shave his leg, he's
he
got
doesn't
a
shave his legs.
Wash his lips.
sorry, wash him. He's got a receding hairline as well, and he hasn't committed to baldness yet.
Just don't fight it.
Because he's a little self-conscious about it, but he's young. You know what I mean? He's a good-looking dude, and it's something that he's passionate about or whatever.
I get
And anyway, he beard oils. I mean, and this. You could smell it.
yeah. There's no way.
Yeah, but
Like I'm not a
we're-
cologne guy though. Like I don't like cologne. I don't like
I'm a
Man.
cologne guy.
Axe body spray.
Did you?
I've
I
never.
had to have a conversation today. It's
with a kid,
oh yeah.
was it making you bad at school, like in class?
It just
It's
said,
terrible,
Hey,
isn't
listen, you'll learn like because he's getting interested in ladies. You know,
For
it's
sure.
about that time,
Yeah.
and he just put way too much on.
Got
Oh,
half a
yeah,
bottle
dude.
of brood on.
Sometimes as an educator, you put your foot in your mouth. I thought he was doing it as a joke, like in class.
Oh, God.
Like I walked in and thought I was
Who's
ready.
being the punk-ass kid?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I said, hallway now. And I was going to just lay into it. But then when I got him out there, I could tell it
He
wasn't
had
a
no
joke.
idea
But
what's going
and
on.
I
Yeah,
said, so-and-so. And he said, well, it's just the first time I put it. I said, well, how did you put it on? He said, and he went like this. Like he sprayed it up
Oh
and down.
no!
And, you know, it's, I don't know if
That's like the
I don't-
first time Max did it. You know,
I
took
don't
a
know if
bath
Dad's
and
in the picture or not, but
Right,
that's like
yeah.
it's like, okay, bud, You know, and
This is
why are
how you do
this
it.
is
Goes
how
a
you
long
do-
way.
Yeah.
Like the glue.
And he goes, does it really smell that bad? I said,
Holy
Yeah,
cow,
man.
Like I
And he
can't
goes-
feel my face.
he goes, well, what do I do? And I'm like,
well,
write
you
it
do
out.
nothing
I'm like,
now.
well, yeah, do you have a change of clothes? Like, what
Yeah.
are we going to do? You know?
You
And
bought the ticket. You
gotta
got to
ride the
ride,
ride.
cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Tough
that is.
spot.
I've never been into like cologne. I just self-conscious as a big guy. I didn't want to attract attention to myself.
So we
so just bathed regularly and
yeah,
Yeah.
curve like the curve like that. Remember when Curve came out?
Back in high school.
Yeah, Curve.
What's that?
That cologne, like that
Dark green
brand.
bottle, gold letters.
Ours was like a gold bottle with the gold letters, but they have multiple scents. But then, like I would always snag some Stetson from my old man.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I mean, cowboy. You know, my old man always wore Stetson. Now, Grandpa Wild Bill, all
Old
in,
Spice.
all in on everything. Old Spice.
Aftershave.
Aftershave, the brute, like you said, the brute smell, the stay,
Oh.
like the whole everything. Grandpa Bill was a very dapper old feller, but I never really bought my own cologne. The warden just like she would get it to me for a gift,
That's how
and
I did my
and then I was always like, "What do you think I stink or something?"
Yeah.
She's like, "No, I was just with Grandma at the Macy's, and I thought this would be nice, so she would buy me a bottle." But I never really, yeah.
No.
I don't wear it now. I'll take a big shot of patchouli every now and then, and Justin gets real pissed off about that. That you know what patchouli is?
Nope.
The hippie spray. It
Yep.
smells like shoegazers and whatnot.
Hey,
but-
what was that? Was it a sweatshirt out here?
yeah,
shirt.
We'll talk about that later too. But- what you got, Casey?
So this week
Hey, he's got notes too.
there's
Oh,
moments.
those are old notes.
There's
Okay.
moments in parenthood that you take note of, and we're all parents here at the table.
Mm-hmm.
But we have entered into the foray now where 2 out of the 3 are involved in sports. So Zoe plays softball, and I'm not gonna say who it is, Smoke, but he's kind of like a little bit shorter, round,
Same haircut as you.
same haircut, beard's not quite as
good coach.
good, great coach, good toss, like he does an excellent job. Not gonna say his name though, but it's one of those deals where she's playing softball, it's great. I'm coaching, which creates an interesting thing, and then Ryan's playing t-ball over at La Y,
Oh, yeah.
which is cool because 4 or 5 of his teammates, they all go to Hummingbird together.
Oh, cool.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of neat that way.
Yeah.
But we officially have had to split up
Mm-hmm.
to tackle the schedules of our children.
Wait till you have 3 going different.
Yeah,
spots.
I know. And it's
Janelle's working on an opposite shift.
yeah. Well, and that's what so Janelle works, she still does their late nights on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So they had a softball game on Monday, and I pack lunches. Like I think I got all my shit figured out. Like we're gonna eat sandwiches there while Zoe plays. Everybody's gonna just eat their sandwich. Everything's gonna be fine. Rhett pulls out an apple juice, or Ryan pulls out an apple juice. Rhett's like, "Hey, you got an apple juice for me, Dad?" Even though he doesn't talk, he just screams at you. And I'm like, "Well, buddy, that apple juice is Zoe's. You don't have one. Here's your milk. Be happy." He wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm.
He's screaming. So it's just interesting because parenthood,
Mm-hmm.
there's different phases.
Yes.
Because this past, I was talking to, Angie Woodruff,
Mm-hmm.
and where shout out Toys Auto Parts, where the best part is you.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag shop local.
Shop local. And she was talking about, well, wait until 20 years where you're an empty nester.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine where my wife and I are sitting on the couch, and it's like,
What do you want to do now?
yeah. So
What
I
are
don't
we
know.
gonna do
It
now?
just-
Yeah. You want to go to this room, that room,
Yeah.
upstairs, downstairs?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
But it's just a little bit of a wander because we've entered that new phase.
I've told
And
you this
it's-
before, man. As things get easier, other things become harder, and then one of these days it'll just be easy.
Well,
but
and
that worry and anxiety will always be there.
so that Monday we had a middle school game, and I told Janelle, I said I won't miss our kids' stuff. Might not make it to practice,
Yeah.
but I said for games and school stuff, like I'm gonna be there. Like that's
Yeah.
my father has been a big proponent
Same
of.
with
You
me.
need to be
My
there for
dad,
your kids'
100%.
stuff.
My dad
And
never missed a thing.
100% agree with it.
And neither did yours. I know that.
You know,
for a fact.
and so
Oh,
it's
Taz?
yeah.
Well, you got to remember.
He worked night shift.
Third shift.
He worked nights
so
for
there
his
was
whole-
there was a
yeah.
stretch there
You're
for
right.
a long time. Now, he didn't like to, I mean,
Yeah,
he wanted
yeah,
to be
he did,
there.
yeah,
But
I'm not been out there. I miss all sorts of games.
Yeah, I know. When we do. And I think that's one thing that you and I, that's going back to your first topic. That might be not a needle, but that's one thing that I sometimes, and I'll admit it, that's one thing that sometimes I think I disagree with. Like,
What's
Yeah, I
between
don't
you
go.
and
I don't go to out of town games.
Yeah,
They're
David
fighting
doesn't.
words?
He doesn't. Not really
Nope.
fighting words.
Okay.
Just sometimes, like things that we can agree to disagree on.
gotcha.
but it's just interesting because it's unique and I told my staff, I was like, hey, it's your guys' show on Monday.
Yeah.
And they didn't play good on Monday, so it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like I make a difference either way.
Right.
But it just
Oh, you missed the game to go to the softball game?
Yep.
Are we calling that softball because our girls are on the same team?
yeah.
Right? Are we? Is that what we're calling that?
Yeah, no,
'Cause
that's softball. I mean, they
It's-
play with a
Well,
11-inch softball.
I know, but
I don't
they
wanna-
put it on the tee after they swing and miss. There.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're calling it softball.
So why is it T-ball for baseball but not T-ball for softball?
Well, because originally, T-ball is literally just T-ball. There's no pitches.
Well, you don't. What Williams playing? They call T-ball. They don't call it baseball.
No,
Are
what William
the coach
plays
pitch?
is not called T-ball. It's called rookie ball.
Oh,
Oh, so
Yeah.
you got your terminology there mixed up. there,
rookie
Smoke.
ball is rookie ball, where you get 5 pitches, and if you don't hit them, then they go to the tee.
yeah.
T-ball was created. Now here again, you could tell me that I'm wrong, and I could be
I don't know.
could be
That's why
wrong,
I
but I
asked.
feel very confident that I'm right. But T-ball, I believe, is where there is no pitching. It's just you put the ball in the
Okay.
tee, and then you go up there and you hit, and then the defender's defense, and then you get a run base.
Well, did we skip that phase then?
I don't
or
think we do that.
they just
here
go. Oh, they don't. They just go straight into coach pitch.
What do they do at the Y?
We played T-ball. Zoe played 2 years
Okay.
of T-ball at the Y.
There's no pitching. Like
See,
it
this
just
no
goes-
pitching, straight
Exactly.
to the tee.
Savannah's
Yes.
first year.
Yes.
And so I had to get. So Monday was actually my first experience at a game because Saturday I was up in Carmel
Yeah.
Yeah.
after opening day.
Right.
Well, I'm just going to let you know that after 2 years of T-ball over at the Y, watching it over here, I can't tell a difference. So
No, it's so I've been coaching 8U now for 2 years. This is my second season. I
No
guess.
more scrap yards, right?
No,
they graduated.
We
from
moved
that,
on
right?
to
Okay.
the Flames. We're the Flames this year. Which, by the way, we got a win. So opening day was a scrimmage type atmosphere. Everybody got to bat. Nobody struck out. Yay rah. Everybody gets a participation trophy. Blah blah blah. Today, or not today, but Wednesday night was our first game.
were you guys able to turn it on?
Yeah,
Hammered down,
We
huh?
smoked them. Yeah, we did really. We played really well. Everybody hit the ball well and everything like that. Now tonight, I watched my 11-year-old daughter play. Which
I was going to say they
the
just had a
twins. The
birthday.
twins just turned 11.
Hey,
on
there
the
you go.
16th. But so Maxwell played. So we were Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. Tuesday was Maxwell, Wednesday was Eleanor, and Thursday was Evie tonight. And I got up. I think I was probably midway through the 4th inning. I got up, put my lawn chair in the car, and just sat in the car. Like I couldn't go anymore. I just couldn't watch it anymore because I was reprimanded several times by the warden for, voicing my opinion as a parent.
You were
know what
that
I mean?
dad in the stands?
No,
No?
not
Okay, well,
really. Not really, but like just routine stuff that, like we shouldn't, like silly mistakes, like a little blooper in between the pitcher circle and the second baseman where either the pitcher could have made that play, the shortstop could have made that play, the second baseman could have made that play. Nobody spoke, nobody talked, everybody just watched. And they watched the ball fall, and they watched the girl go ahead and get a base hit, and another girl, coming from second, rounding third, and go on and score while the ball's just hanging out here in the middle of the infield. And that's what all I said was catch the ball. Like I said, catch the ball.
And the warden sent you to the.
She
She sent you to the
was
showers,
hotter
huh?
than a $3 pistol,
Oh,
boy.
man.
And I just I don't know. Sometimes I feel
Can't
like
put the coach away. Can't put the coach away.
well, we're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're there. Like it's time. You know what I mean? Like we're 11 years old. You've been playing softball for 4 or 5 years now. Like it's time to either shit or get off the pot. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that I have like super high expectations.
Sounds like it. Hey, wait till they get to be 13 or 14
I know.
and they're still doing the exact same
I know.
thing.
And that's the wild thing to me. You know what I mean? But like, hey, other than that,
So what exactly was your wonder then?
Just the different phase of
juggling of the.
parenting.
yeah.
Okay.
Just the entering that
all,
new
all
phase.
3 of you got 3, right?
Yeah.
The trio, you guys amaze me.
You're
I
a
mean,
one and done guy.
Just sweet Savannah. Yeah.
Amen, baby.
That's right.
Never
And,
just one and done.
Daddy's girl.
You never know.
she's got me wrapped around her finger. That's
For sure, man.
That is for sure.
That's
But-
awesome, though.
But when I see all you guys, you go here, you go there. I don't know how you do it.
My wife
just
and
have
I,
to-
Well, he doesn't sleep. So, I mean,
Yeah, you would
Well, I
see
was
your
actually,
post.
we were, speaking of phases, I had like an epiphany today.
ooh,
So,
What's the other way to say that?
epiphany.
Epiphany.
epiphany? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
how
don't know.
you'd say
Yeah,
it different than epiphany.
What's the what am I thinking of? Epitome?
epitome.
Epitome.
Okay, yeah, that's how it's spelled.
Hey,
Yeah.
Smoke, you talk about phases. What's it like now to have a high schooler? Has it been a different phase yet, or probably when they start driving?
No,
No?
and he's close. Tell you the truth, like I'm not trying to
He's got
come
he's
off
a good kid,
boastful,
yeah.
but
He's got good
he's-
boys.
Wyatt's like a pretty straight arrow.
Sure.
I don't have to worry about him too much. All the boys do good in school. They get great grades. Because I told him, I was like, hey, sports are fine, but you start dipping into C's or lower,
Sure.
you're just not playing it.
Yeah,
Just
Max
straight
Max
A's.
lost the PlayStation like
Because wouldn't you guys agree? Wouldn't you think that because we all remember ourselves in the
Oh,
16,
yeah.
17, like, don't you think that would be like a transition phase? You're talking about
Oh my
transition,
God,
right?
yes.
Yeah, sure. So Wyatt's handled it pretty smoothly.
Yeah, and he's not been. So he's got his permit. He's not been driving a ton, but he's still. I was just talking to another baseball dad the other day. Like Wyatt has never really asked to run around with his buddies. Now he's got a couple buddies he'll like stay the night with, or a couple buddies that come here for fishing. But Wyatt has never said, "Hey, can I go running around with such and such?" And what are you gonna do? I don't know. We're gonna go driving
Yeah.
around. But maybe that doesn't happen as often anymore, just because everybody's so
No.
connected online.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
but he's never just said, "Hey, I want to go hang out. They're going to come pick me up," because I've been waiting for that. Like,
Sure.
who's this that's going to drive?
Yeah.
It's
Where are
a
you going?
jackass? But he's still not asked. So it's not been that much different, really, just because he's got a good head on his shoulders, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know what that deal is. But we were late to baseball. Pardon me. What'd you call it?
Rookie ball.
Rookie ball night.
Mm-hmm. When?
So I even tonight.
Okay.
So I even got home early. Had to come home to get a package in the fridge. Did some things here. Went and picked up Wyatt from practice. I fixed 2 weed whackers so the oldest and middle boy can get to weed whacking. They were both broke, so I got them going.
Yeah.
Wyatt was hungry, and I was like, "Yeah, buddy, I'll cook before I take William to practice. No big deal." So I was grilling burgers. We got done eating, and I look at the clock, and it's 7:03, and I'm like, "Man, I'm supposed to do something." And I was like, "She is going to be pissed." So I start looking through my text from the warden, and I'm like, "Oh!" I was like, "William, put some shoes on." He's like, "What?" I was like, "You got practice." He's like, "What?" And like a year ago, or even 6 months ago, I would have just like
just
had a
wouldn't have taken it.
meltdown.
Oh.
No, I'd have just like, because I'm a very like, if you're not early, you're late type of guy.
Yeah.
But I've also seen the boys like that impacting them negatively, like anxiety
Because
about
of
it.
anxiety, yeah.
Yes.
But
It's a great trait though. I mean, to be punctual.
Sure. And that's the thing. I'm like, well, because Jenny she's like, you got them doing it. They're like, if we're not 30 minutes early, they're freaking out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. But on the drive over with Williams, just me and him, like we're going to rookie ball. I'm like, you know what? However many years we've been doing this, you know how many people have shown up and just come strolling in like
Yeah.
20 minutes late?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, to hell with it. And we
Happens
got
all the
there
time.
and we walked in and they said, hurry up, get in here. You're up to bat. And I'm like, there you go. And he crushed it just to first base and it bounced about 10 feet out and he had a great time. And I was like, man,
worked.
I wasn't freaking out. I'm like, I'll be damned.
No, but damn.
All this time.
Hey, before you
40
guys-
years.
Did you brought something up there? You pay your kids for chores?
No.
Yep.
Okay. That's
sort of.
becoming a thing. See, I was Today we were taking a stroll around the track. Another student said, I get $20 for mowing my yard. Was that a thing growing
So there's
up?
a friend of ours.
In the Ohanian household, it was get out there
Yeah.
and mow the dang yard,
Yeah.
which I'm not saying right, wrong, indifferent.
Right. So there's a friend of the program that his kid is mowing the yard and saving the money to buy a PS5. And I didn't ever question it, but I questioned it internally. Like, you pay your kid to mow the yard? Like, anytime I had a chance to mow the yard, anytime my old man would say, hey, you want to mow the yard? I was like, hell yes, I want to mow the yard. Like, I looked at it as a privilege. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, my dad's letting me mow the yard.
That's how I know you had a rider.
Well, no, I'm not in the beginning.
Okay.
Hell no, I didn't have a right. Now, Grandpa Marvin down in Standout, that's where I cut my teeth. Old copper snapper Comet is what I learned. Baby, rear engine.
Put that baby in gear.
Yeah,
And you just
dump that clutch and pop wheelies and all kinds of stuff.
Is that the Forrest Gump mower?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, that's what we mowed on.
Yeah, but we don't pay our kids.
I
for
don't
chores.
pay him for like trash has to be taken out and dishes need done and rooms need picked up. They don't get paid for that. But like I was talking about fixing weed whackers today. So 5 acres, sports and school. It's like it's a pain in the ass. Now if I've got to tell you to do it, and the reason we started paying Wyatt a couple years ago is the other boys weren't big enough.
Mm-hmm.
So it was something that he asked if he could make some extra money. I said, sure, you want to start weed whacking? I'll pay you for it.
I think I like it. I haven't sat down and thought about it enough.
Yeah. But now where we're at, and I talked to Jenna today because it's got both weed whackers, and now Weston's wanting to make some money, and she brought it up. Well, we need to be sure to stay on. I was like, well, if they want paid, they can know that they can do it every week, and I want the yard
immaculate.
Mint.
Now, if I've got to tell you to do it,
You're not getting paid.
you're not getting paid. But I'll give you if it's done before Friday, and I don't have to mention it. Sure. And
They're earning their money.
So you're paying for the
because
initiative.
they're going to get money from your
But if
parents.
I've got to beat you down about it,
Yeah.
then
You're paying for to
you
take
might
the
get a
initiative
bill.
to help
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. But yeah, so just household stuff that you ought to do for being like a member of society. You
Mhm.
don't get paid
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Smoke Dragon? What you been wondering about, pal?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I just kind of pulled this one out of the hat because I was on this thing thinking, oh man, this is the episode where we just kind of bullshit. I'm not used to the new method.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
It ain't been a month yet.
So this is going to kind of piggyback on last week's a little bit, but it was another, last week was the man scarves.
Oh yeah.
Did you see?
Josh Luker. Yeah.
I guess I didn't.
He posted on.
It's funny because that's last week for you guys, and I just listened to that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just listened yesterday too.
Yeah.
and that's-
Or in listener time. But he had a Dutchman scarf that
Oh,
maybe we ought to sell
yeah.
some.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah, good shit.
I guess I did see that. So something I noticed a lot of though out there, and I can't say it's California because this particular trade show I went to brings people in from
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I don't notice it around here. But there was a ton of gals out there with like red, like cherry red, like lipstick. And I feel like I don't see a whole, I guess I thought lipstick was maybe kind of fading out. And I know the Warden has some, but it's not like bright colors. And I started thinking, I was like, I just don't feel like I see people wearing like way different colors than whatever tone your face is.
I'll be honest. I marry my bride. I don't know how much makeup. I can't tell you the last time I think I've seen her with lipstick on. And
Right.
she doesn't listen to the show, so it's not like I'm going to be in trouble. But she'll put lip gloss on.
Yeah, that's
But-
how Jenna rolls. I think she has like
Isn't that
some
lipstick?
but
No,
Big difference.
what is it now?
I said, isn't that lipstick?
Oh yeah.
Lipstick is just for like cosmetic color. Lip gloss or lip balm.
But it makes their lips shiny. We're four
Well,
guys
but-
talking about
Unreal.
making.
This is
I
wild.
don't know. I'm swimming in
a
uncharted
huge
waters here.
fan of real bright red lipstick.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
like
know
it.
why he
Yeah.
is over there.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, because
he
I was
likes the old
actually
ring.
coming in.
Old ring around it
Jesus
there.
Christ. We got a teacher in the house.
Because I was actually thinking, like, man, I like in television, I guess, like as a younger fella, I felt like I remember seeing that a lot.
Seen it all the time.
But and I was like, I guess it caught me off guard, almost like the scarf. I was, Jesus, what happened to? Oh,
I
she
think
did that
it's
on
because we live and work in a very blue collar community that I don't think you
Preach, brother.
And this is not. I am not saying it's a bad thing because we have great kids, we have great community. We don't have a lot of flash cats that get all dolled up and go do things. It happens. They'll do it when they need to.
There's some in the county. I know that.
Well, and
it happens.
I was
but
a little hesitant to bring this up because I'm not
shaming anybody.
Yeah, because I really don't give a shit. I don't pay that much attention.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't even know if it's a valid statement. But for some reason out there, like,
I just don't think
it was
you
just,
noticed it.
I was like,
see it in the community.
yeah, it was like a lot, like everybody. I'm like, good grief.
Yeah.
How much money is spent on lipstick out here?
I don't know.
So I don't know. That was just one of those. And normally I try to do better on a wonder, but
So
that was
when
a
I
note that
Google-
I took on purpose.
When
I
I
was out there,
Google
like,
when I Google like famous actresses that commonly wear red lipstick, Taylor Swift is the first hit. You ought to see her like in the big shots. Like,
is it red though?
Oh, yeah,
like Corvette red.
like cherry red?
oh
Red,
yeah. Okay.
Emma Stone is on there. Looks like Rihanna, and that's another thing too.
Rihanna wear red lip.
Exactly.
I guess,
So
yeah.
I'll say that too. I'll say it like predominantly you wouldn't see
that palette choice.
darker skinned, like African American women, Hispanic women, any like darker skin tone. I feel like it seems
You feel like you wouldn't see red or would?
you wouldn't see it as commonly. Like
I feel like
Taylor Swift is whiter than a paper plate.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like
White
it'd be
on
more
rice.
common on a darker complected person because it's not such a dramatic shift.
But with the flash tactic, like if you're wanting, if they're looking for
bring
the
attention
flash,
to their lips.
if they're going to
To their
bring the
mouth,
flash,
Dave.
then they're going real bright red. I mean, you don't, yeah. Like I think it's situational. I believe probably around here, but like Justine, as her being in the profession that she's in, she has to deal with the public on a daily basis, like a lot of people. You know what I mean? So she takes a lot of pride in the way she looks.
Yeah. Jenna takes a lot of time getting ready for the day.
Exactly. You know what I
They're
mean?
both in the medical field, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you
So
imagine if dudes had to go through all that horse shit?
not a chance, man. No.
Like
I know. I mean, there's people that shave every day. There's people.
I got to
that
use a blow dryer every morning now, and that was a huge thing to get used to. Like,
There's
God dang, that's going to
like
take too
people
much
that.
time.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody that like in my line of work? It doesn't happen because we all work. We're
Blue collar.
laborer workers. You know what I mean? So like we're always muddy or concrete or blah blah blah. But I guess maybe like in an office style setting, they could still be blue collar, or like in your field, white collar stuff. Like, do you know people that style their hair on a daily basis, like a
Yes.
male, like
Yeah.
somebody that
I
you,
used to be a big gel guy.
I know that.
And
Yeah.
then it got to a point where
Yeah.
it was like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah. When was that? When did that hit?
the breaking
Because-
point?
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
because
gosh.
I remember you.
Yeah,
I mean, you always.
Yeah, early in my teaching career,
Yeah.
I get up and I
Right.
gel it and the wet hair look or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then probably a couple years into it, I'm like,
this is
what
dumb.
am I doing?
Too much work.
Yeah, it's just. And
But
so,
I just think like, and here again, like I have gone with my wife before to get a pedicure. Like before, when I had this, like after I hurt myself, I got hurt at the mine and blew my leg out real bad and had
I hurt mine.
and all them surgeries and like I was stuck. You know what I mean? 50 some staples in my leg, and I was pretty much at the mercy of what she wanted to do. So she dragged my ass over there to them poor little nail techs that had to take care of my feet.
I don't
And
know
there was
that
a
I could-
man in there. There was a man in there getting a manicure, like getting his fingernails done. And I looked at Justine like after we got into the chair and we were ready to rock, and this dude walks in and he's like, he like asked for the dude that he wanted to do his nails, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
yeah,
Now,
And
see,
she's
I
like,
don't-
she goes, I've seen that dude in here a lot.
yeah.
And
I
I'm
don't
thinking
think
to
I could,
myself,
like hate on
wow.
somebody for it. Like my problem is like a pedicure. Like I've known guys to go get that, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm so weird about.
your feet,
Yeah, like
no chance.
Oh, there's no way.
Oh, it's awkward for me. It was very awkward because they do that calf, like they rub shit all the way up to your knee. And
this
they're
goes
like,
back to massages, though. Jenna just brought it up because she was like, "Why don't you just go get a massage?"
Can't
And
do
I'm
it.
like, "I don't know that I want
Love them and
somebody to."
there's a guy I work with. Actually,
Big
there's
massage.
a lot of people that I work with do them all the time. But matter of fact, we were talking about it today, and he's like, "Yep, got me an hour and a half scheduled for next Tuesday."
That's great.
And I'm like, "What did you say?" She
Yeah.
goes, "Oh yeah, she does. She even does 2-hour ones.
Yeah.
2 hours."
Ooh, throw me on the table and treat me like a piece of beef.
And they
Like
were
you're
saying
beaten.
he goes, "Yeah, you start out on your back, and like she does your front side, and then you flip over, and then
Whole body or just lower half?
well, no, the whole works.
Really?
I mean, minus your genitals.
Well, I
You know
get
what I mean?
that.
That's illegal, but
I wasn't talking happy endings.
right, no rubbing tugs around here.
Yeah.
But like, I couldn't imagine.
I strongly considered it
No.
after last weekend.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
'cause
talked to a lot.
Chase did it after the
talked to a
show.
lot of
Or after-
people.
remember when Chase
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm going
Oh,
to
yeah.
get a
I
massage
talked.
right now."
I've never had one. Now I've had being an athletic career. I've had work done. Right?
Yes,
But
yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
yeah,
had-
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never went to a masseuse
Yes,
and said I want a massage.
yeah, like
right?
a deep tissue.
Yeah. But Chase was like, "You got to get one, man.
Yeah, man.
You got to."
yeah.
But I couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, it's weird.
It weirded me out.
I
too
am
much.
all out. Like when we have our health screen for the city, they usually bring 3 or 4 of them in, or 2 or 3 in, and like they do like little 5-minute mini sessions at the health fair. While we're going through the vendor fair after we've done our stuff. And there's guys that are like lined up for that shit, and I'm like, not a chance, man. Can't do
Man,
it. I've had
takes me
one.
so long to get comfortable enough with a person. Like, "Hey, man, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Or like,
Yes.
or go up to Justine, like, "Hey, Justine, how you doing?"
Yeah.
And give her like,
How
a pat
many
on the
people do you
shoulder.
know are touchers? Like I just like that's weird.
But like
Yeah,
just
you
to
know.
say, "Hey,
Yeah.
stranger,
I know,
how's-
right?
I'm going to give you $80. Why don't you just rub me down?"
Yeah. So
what's
Justine
your
and I,
name?
Justine and I went to
make
Jamaica
it
on our
so
honeymoon.
awkward.
That's the only time I've ever had one. Is we went to Jamaica on our honeymoon and we got a couples massage by a couple like big burly ass Jamaican women.
Got them strong hands.
Yeah, and like it was you're stripped down naked deal, and you got a towel over your ass, and that's it. And they just start. Basically, I looked like I was ready for an apple in my mouth and a skewer up my ass. Like, I mean, they just it was wild. And I, of course, we
My
were.
belly just makes it look small.
Yeah, like I was drunker than a skunk when we went in there. So I mean, I was probably snoring within the first 10 minutes. But good. It just geeks me out, man. But yeah,
So in an imaginary world, if you were on a first date and a lady showed up with big red lipstick, is that a deal breaker?
that's
or are you
confidence. That's
Okay,
confidence.
I
man.
don't-
I don't know. That's.
I
why-
think that's.
gonna
It
going back
depends
to
on
your
what we're
original
doing for the
wonder,
first
right?
date. Like if we're going to,
Let's just say it's a meal, and she just tried to make herself look nice.
Yeah.
And I
Now,
think
is it a
I think it
situation
would
where you're
stand
putting-
out.
Yeah, no,
I
for
think
sure.
I would be fixated on it.
Is
Like,
it a situation where you're
I
putting
really
lipstick
do-
on a hog?
well, see,
No,
now
let's
that's
just say
now
it's-
Because
hold
that's
on.
the problem.
That's
If they're
what I'm
putting
gonna
the
drive
lipstick
at.
on to distract from
Now the
everything else.
warden,
What
the
was it?
warden
Something
wears
about a sow's
makeup.
ear? What? Brett
Silk
Merkley.
purse.
Silk
Yeah.
purse.
You can't make a silk
I think
purse
that's
out of
what
a
would throw
sow's
me
ear.
off. Like Jenna wears makeup, but not a ton of makeup, and I think that I'd just be worried. Like, what are you trying to hide up there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I think that would be my biggest issue with
Yeah.
it. Now, if we were going somewhere like, hey, let's first date be I don't know,
Going to the steakhouse.
something extremely like the other end. Like,
high class.
there you go.
We're going up
like,
to
Hey, let's
Butcher
go to
and
Walmart and
Formal.
buy some movies.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're going to go down there. To the
I really
local
don't
chicken
think
hut.
we're qualified though to give beauty tips or
No, I mean not a
makeup
chance. No,
tips.
but this
Does,
is
does Zoe play makeup? Like,
drives me
but-
nuts.
okay, Savannah loves it. She, I mean, just
my girls
It-
love it. Just
okay.
my daughter actually. Max got those. What the hell are they? Bruce Bolt batting gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Max got a set of those for his birthday, and Evelyn got some this. I think it's called Sol de Janeiro, and it's beauty shit, beauty product stuff, skincare.
son of the De Janeiro.
Yeah, that guy, and like he got all that. She got all smellies and skincare stuff. So she just turned 11, so I mean she's in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But you know, we are qualified. We're qualified to take a break.
let's do it.
Hell yeah. Wanderers, today's Pause for the Cause is brought to you by our friends at Southern Indiana Hardwoods. Southern Indiana Hardwoods is your exclusive provider of Green Mountain Grills in Du Bois County. In the market for a new grill? Southern Indiana Hardwoods has you covered. Want to accessorize your new grill? Southern Indiana Hardwoods, they've got you covered. Just need pellets for your Green Mountain Grill. Well, again, Southern Indiana Hardwoods get you taken care of. Have an issue or need service on your Green Mountain Grill? Nick Merkley and Southern Indiana Hardwoods have you covered. Rejoice, for grilling season is upon us. Don't hesitate to call today and get the upgrade your patio or grilling setup needs. Nick Merkley with Southern Indiana Hardwoods is ready to get you grilling today.
Big thank you to our friends at Southern Indiana Hardwoods. We appreciate them coming on board, sponsoring. Brado, we are big pellet grill guys. We are
All
big
in.
Green Mountain Grill guys.
Yeah.
I unfortunately bought mine before I knew. I mean, I'm very clear about that. But there's some pellets back there that are going to go into my smoker, and those pellets are delicious.
Yeah, they're good.
So-
I mean, we don't eat them,
Yeah,
but they
they're-
make the
We
food.
make the food delicious.
Yeah,
Are you a pellet smoker guy?
No, charcoal.
Yeah. He say he gets
I
it on
miss my
us.
charcoal
The
grill.
old mule out there. in the
yeah.
driveway.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
So-
Taz is a old stick burner.
Big
guy.
thank you, Nick Merkley. We appreciate it. If you're in the market, it is grilling season. It is smoking season. Get you a Green Mountain Grill. You will not regret it.
No.
Now, before we head on, let's hear from our friends at Catering by Meyer.
This segment is brought to you by Catering by Meyer. It's April, and that means graduation is right around the corner. Don't have a meal plan yet? Don't panic. The folks at Catering by Meyer are ready to assist you today. From the classics to something new, Catering by Meyer can build out a menu that passes with flying colors. Give them a call today and leave the rest to them.
Big thank you to them as we roll into our choice cut questions of the week.
Here we
for
go.
the fellas.
Bingo.
Brought to you by our friends, Merkley and Sons.
.com.
Is there a .com?
No,
Okay.
I just made that up.
Welcome to the Merkley & Sons Choice Cuts question of the week for the fellas. Sponsored by Merkley & Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. I want to make a major announcement. The Raider Middle School baseball program exclusively sells Merkley dogs and hamburgers out of their little concession shack. If you visit your local concession stand and you don't see any Merkley packaging, you are paying for a subpar product. Demand the best.
Okay.
Let's hear 'em.
There
Here
we go.
are. So it's funny that you would be here in the lounge, Brado, because
I don't think I've submitted questions.
no, they're
Okay.
not your questions.
All right.
A Southridge alum
Hey.
that is a classmate of yours
Hey.
sent these in.
Eric Kramer.
It's not. You guys
No.
did him last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Phil Colley.
Phil
Oh,
Colley.
yeah. Phildo.
Phil there
Yeah.
wanted to send in some gambling questions.
Oh, good.
Was he an Evansville Ace when you were down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We were
Same fraternity
Yeah,
house?
we were. Yeah, we.
Okay.
Phil didn't take a victory lap. He took a co-op, which engineers are smart because they take that co-op, make big money, and then come back and have a really great like senior year where they don't have to do much.
I don't know what a co-op is.
I
So-
do. I mean, they spray the fields.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So engineering majors, a lot of places they'll offer. It's kind of like a fancy, Dave. Correct me if
Like
I'm
an-
wrong.
it's like an internship. Okay.
But it's like you're full
I
fledged.
didn't go to school to be an engineer. I'm a tool maker.
Yeah.
So I
So
couldn't tell you.
it's like a full fledged, like you work for
I
them.
gotcha.
Like it's a Monday through Friday, 40 plus hours a week. Phil is a gambler, and Phil sent some gambling themed questions. We will start with Brado and go around the room to Big Mace Smoke and then myself. First one from our buddy Phil. Favorite table game in the casino?
that's easy for me. I'm a roulette guy.
Yeah, I think I like roulette too.
Blackjack.
I like blackjack and three card poker. Gotten into it a little bit.
You didn't tell me I could have two.
Well, I got to read the questions
Okay,
so I
all
can do, you know. Blackjack, do you hit or stand on a 16 versus a dealer showing a 10?
Whatever you do, you have to be consistent throughout the entire night.
Well, no,
If
you got to follow the rules. Oh, sorry. Go
No, I mean no. So I'm quoting the rules. Whatever you do, you have to be consistent. You can't go back and forth because that affects people and how they're going to play the hand. So if you're staying, then you stay all night.
What did the dealer have?
10.
10, showing a 10.
In that regard, it's just whatever I'm feeling that night. But most of the time, I'll stay because the likelihood the dealer's going to bust I mean, you're playing the percentage.
They're showing a 10 and one card's down still, though, right?
Yeah, so
So it
you
is the
assume
best
there's a
card.
10 underneath there.
Yeah.
I don't play blackjack. Oh, well,
I guess I thought the
staying.
rules say you had a hit at 16.
No, that's a soft 17.
Yes, offset.
If
Oh,
dealer
that's an
is
ace
showing
and
a
a-
soft 17, they dealers
Like,
have to
honestly,
hit.
blackjack's the only thing I play at a casino. If I got a little bit extra, I'll hit a roulette table. But I always ask the dealer what I'm supposed to do at the
Yeah,
point.
blackjack can be intimidating because of that.
I've had
If
people get real shitty. Like, hey, I don't want it. You'd have done what you're supposed to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, whoa.
I think perfect strategy would say you hit with a 16 unless you're counting. And depending on what the count is.
Are you allowed to talk about this where you work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's not allowed to participate.
Oh,
Yeah. Craps, you playing the pass or don't pass
oh my
line?
gosh, man. I've got a story about that. But no, you have to play the pass line.
I've
Have
never
to.
played craps before in my life.
I've never played either, but I want to.
Oh.
Sid said that's the best payout of the.
Can I tell a story real quick for those that don't know? So the pass line, right, is you're essentially betting the table that guy's going to make his point before he craps out, right? So you're betting with the shooter, right? If you bet the don't pass.
You might as well speak Spanish to me.
Okay,
you
shoot.
can look at me and continue your
All
show.
right. So anyway, if you play the don't pass, you're betting against the shooter. I want you to crap out, right?
Right.
So it's bad table karma, right?
Oh, yeah.
If
So-
you got a guy that's playing the don't pass
Okay,
line,
that's what I
he
was
is
getting at.
betting against
So-
everybody else on the
So,
table.
and this guy, he was not only playing the don't pass, which fine, okay, whatever, but then he would celebrate when we would crap out. Me and my buddy were playing, and he'd give the little extra fist
I think we
pump.
found the needle.
Sorry, I know these are supposed to be quick.
Another one.
So you know what we did, real quick? We started playing the don't pass against ourselves, and it threw him for a loop. Like he couldn't, he didn't know what was
he
going.
wants to be that contrarian.
Yeah,
I'll just say that. So when you play the pass line, you're playing the shooter or the guy that's throwing the dice to continue to hit points, not hit a 7 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that plays the don't pass line wants the 7 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how that
Feels
works.
like the odds would be more favorable to play the pass line than of all the combinations.
No, the most one that comes up is a 7.
Right,
Like,
but not
like-
an 11.
I don't think it's an 11.
Why did I think 11?
I don't know.
Oh, just set. Okay.
Just 7.
Yeah.
Just 7. So,
I only play craps with Phil Colley, and we need to go. We just need to go down to Evansville with Phil to a craps table,
Let's roll.
and Phil will guide us through.
is he
it.
still around here? I don't know if
Phil?
we can.
Yeah, he lives over. He lives between.
Let's,
In Jasper.
I haven't seen him
Yeah.
in a long time. Dang. What's up, Phil? Where's
Roulette.
the camera? What camera do I look at?
that
anyone
one right
you
there.
What's up, Phil?
Yeah, roulette, red or black?
Come on. Oh, I guess they're both Southridge colors. I immediately thought black.
Yeah,
So-
me too. I'm always a black guy.
Yeah.
I watch whatever the recents are, and then I try to
that's
get the
sucker,
probability. of
man.
it.
That's
That's
every
how they
spin's
get
a
you.
new spin. That's how they get you.
Yeah, red. I'd say sports. You prefer the over or the under? If you're sports wagering,
They say, if you read about it, they say the general public favors the over, but the under's the better bet because it, I think, hits more statistically. They try just, you want to see points, you want to see touchdowns, so the general public bets the over more than they'll bet the under.
what do you like?
I just hammer the over, man.
Hammer the over.
I have
Sucker.
no idea. I don't sports bet. I don't make enough money to bet. I'm not a gambler. These questions are not for me.
Anytime I've done sports betting, I don't really do the over under. I wrap up some parlay. I like ridiculous things to.
Try to hit it big.
Prop bet.
Yeah,
I like cheering for the over.
yeah no
because
one wants
I like
to cheer for
points.
the under. Yeah.
I like points, but to your point, the under. Also in line with that, do you ride with the dog or do you like the favorite?
Situational, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, situational, man.
I love betting on a good dog. Favorite place to stay in Las Vegas?
I've been 4 times. I'm a Vegas vet. Love it. Haven't been in a long time. But so we always stay. I went when I was early 20s, so I didn't get to stay at the swanky places or whatever. Believe it or not, I'm so old. When I went out there, they still had a Hooters hotel and casino.
Oh,
So
yeah.
and they had happy hour and they'd bring out wings on the house.
Shit.
So that was my favorite place.
Nice.
I'm trying
It
to
was
think.
right across the MGM.
yeah. I've never
You
been.
all right?
The dog.
Okay, man.
Oh.
Dogs down there.
I didn't
She heard that.
Yeah, the thunder. Yeah.
Oh, they come over
She
to
needs a
my
thunder
leg.
jacket. I've never
Thunder
been
buddies.
Yeah, I've never been down there.
out there.
I love going out. I've been 3 times. and we've been out for March Madness twice. And the way we do it, South Point Casino, I love South Point. The
Is
first
that
time,
on the strip?
no, it's off the strip, but it's perfect setup. The one time we went, we stayed at, I think it's Caesar's property. So I couldn't say like a favorite place. I love South Point. You're there to gamble.
Did he really live there?
Who?
Caesar.
Yes, he did. What would the Dutchman do if you were in Vegas and one of you hit a slot or progressive table game for a jackpot? So we're talking big money here, 6 figures, maybe 7 in Vegas.
Now that I'm married and I have Savannah, before them, I'd be dead. I would make
Yeah,
it
I was just
back.
going to say
So-
hookers and blow, but that's not true. No.
Yeah, sorry, Phil.
I'd probably, or go ahead, Brad.
I don't know what you want me to say, Phil, and I ain't going to say it. So.
Yeah, all right. I'd probably just cash out, put it in an envelope, and just leave immediately. Yeah.
If the Dutchmen were out
Or
there,
maybe we could go to one of those real swanky buffets. I mean, I feel like
I don't think that takes all the money.
no, not 7 figures. Good grief!
If
no.
I hit 7 figures and we were out there together,
We'd
if
have
we're out there
great
together,
time.
I'm assuming that we're doing it on the Dutchman dime.
yeah,
So I would put enough back for us to have a good payday to where you guys could both get Harleys, and then I could give Jenna the difference of me not buying a Harley that year. And then we would probably find a roulette wheel and a bunch of booze, and I'd put the rest of it on whatever we decided on as a threesome.
oh my, let it eat.
Let's go, Phil.
Honestly, I would say if it was a 7-figure situation, I would call Janelle, be like, what do we owe to be debt free?
Oh yeah,
That's such a responsible answer.
And then after that,
Then I would do it up.
then we're gonna freaking live it up. We're gonna live it up. So hey, Phil, great questions. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Phil Colley would be an interesting conversation too. Guy is stupid smart.
Are you
NASA
saying I'm not an interesting conversation?
Whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa! Don't look
Don't.
too far into
He
it.
said
Easy.
2, like as well
okay.
as.
Yeah. It is time, unfortunately, for us to say goodbye. But before we do,
We better strap that roof down.
yes, we better, because it is time for the last pass, brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power.
The Last Pass is proudly brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power. It's that time of year. Our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power want to remind you that when you are mowing this season, do it responsibly. Yes, mow responsibly, please. Hopf Outdoor Power has new grass cutting machinery and parts to help you fix what you got. If it's time for an upgrade, don't wait, because them fellers know how to sell.
All right, Brado, short and sweet. What do you got, buddy?
This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me out. Hope you get home safely as I come down out there. So, but no, you guys, what you do now, it's twice a week. But my podcast playlist was kind of a tough cookie to crack, and but you guys, I mean, I don't want to get you too rosy cheeked here and too blushing, but I mean, you guys do a great job. I look forward to my Fridays and now my Wednesdays. So keep it up, fellas. And I don't like to rank myself number 1 fan, but one of your biggest fans here.
Oh,
And,
we know that.
Yeah, man. So I'll be behind you, supporting you guys, whatever you do.
Bingo.
We appreciate it. Big Mace.
I'm sorry it took so long to get you on. I know it
Yeah,
took
assholes.
forever. Yeah, but we just felt like with your recent feat, which
I had to run a marathon to get on the show.
we'll talk about that. You'll hear about that on Friday. But I mean, dude, like I said, there's 2 people in this world that I know that are super passionate about Southridge Raider football. You know, Steve Russ being number 1, and definitely Brad Ohanian being number 2. But you were a freak of an athlete to play with, a hell of a leader. You've always been a good dude. I've never really heard anybody say anything bad about you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, genuinely, I'm glad you got to come out and hang out and see the lounge and everything. And which I know you've been here before as a spectator when I completely murdered that
Yes, you
JFK
did.
talk that I felt like I was going to do great on, but I didn't. But real quick, I just want a couple of current events. I did talk to our fine friends at Woods Printing, and I want everybody to know that the Courage for Courtney t-shirt, they have extended the store to stay open until the January or the July the 13th, the event. So if you want to, help that family out, go ahead online and look up that. We'll hopefully post that link in the description and go down and get you a T-shirt and help those guys out. But peace, love, and positivity. Keep on keeping on, and that's all I got.
Smoke Dragon.
Weather's changing for the better. Everybody's been cooped
sound
up
like it.
inside all winter long and not going anywhere. But now that you're out and traveling about, you got your motorcycle riders out there and you got your farmers out there, and things might be slow or harder to see. So stay off the phone, keep your eyes up, and live to listen to us next week.
Yeah, hey, it's always fun to get together. Always fun to bring somebody new into the lounge. And Brado, you did an excellent job. Just can't say too much other than keep on keeping on. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, season 2, episode 29 is a wrap. Dutchman out.
Bingo.